Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Grand Finals is finally here. The two best teams in our UMG Champions Apex Legends Arena $10,000 Invitational have finally squared up, and it's time for them to go to battle. I'm Taylor Reflections Noble, joined by Fallout and Blaze. Boys, the time is finally here. Fallout, we have seen so much action spread across the past 2 days, and now Esports Arena and CLG, they are the two best teams currently remaining.
It's been brilliant. Let's be honest. This has been one of the most entertaining weekends, tournaments, competitions. We obviously had the pleasure of casting the 5-game series between Johnsonville, which I still laugh at, and ESA. Went the distance. Been so much fun to watch. I mean, Blaze, this has to be up there for one of the most entertaining weekends of Apex, and especially hands down most entertaining arenas tournament we've seen.
It has to be. You know, when it comes down to the team fights in which we've seen throughout the weekend, it really reminds us why we love Apex, okay? Those 3v3 battles in the late game for the bread, for the victory, and seeing how creative these players can get, putting out that damage and taking their team fight. So we're all getting lessons and we're all being entertained, and we got one more series left. These two squads haven't played each other thus far, and hey, it's coming down to a best of 5 to see who gets all the bread.
All the bread indeed. $5,000 up for grabs.
Lion's share of
3K.
it.
The lion's share of 10K. You're getting literally half of it for your good work. And both teams, of course, got to be hungry. Fallout, let's talk about ESA, Duplex, Skittle Cakes, and Noct. These three have just been on fire all week. And Skittle Cakes has truly been stealing the show, whether it be with his Mastiff or just overall, just his ability to be able to just, go and juke in and out of the bubble. His movement's insane. It's hard to pin him down. And he's also pretty much the entry fragger in almost every fight.
Yeah, you're spot on. For those that maybe are not familiar, don't watch LGS, maybe just tuning in, enjoying the arena's gameplay and learning about our competitive scene. ESA, one of the top 3 teams from the Apex Legends Global Series Pro League Split 1. Really the rising star team, burst onto the scene, came out of nowhere as a top contender with Verholst, the young 19-year-old from Kansas City, Missouri. He gets picked up by TSM, best team in the game. Noct replaces him on the roster after getting dropped from Cloud9 and replaces and fills that role so well. The controller player to round out this team, very, very highly skilled as well from Noct. This is a top team with a lot of caliber.
And Blaze.
It is a top team, but I will say this, the Skittle Cakes, okay? He is going to have his toughest competition all week because he's going up against a player who's been really playing in God mode the entire time and in full form. And I'm speaking of Dimi, because that's going to be the Pathfinder matchup that we're probably going to see every single map. And Dimi has not been scared of any single fight. So Hillman Skittle Cakes is going to tell us a lot about the series.
And something we didn't bring up in the last series, Blaze, Dimi was actually on Arena Demons, and much of the success for the Arena Demons roster this time around, beating his old team and securing a spot in Grand Finals. He's got to be on top of the world. Dimi, incredible in his own right, and I love that you set up the storyline between him opposite of Skittle Cakes. But let's also talk about Luxford, another talented player who might be relatively unknown, but this guy has played just about every single legend you could possibly think of, Blaze. We've seen him rock Lobo, we've seen him rock Horizon, Octane, Bangalore, Pathfinder. Like, he's literally done it all.
Yeah, he has. He's been a great flex player for the CLG team, and we'll see if his legend pool is going to be able to switch up a bit. I love the Horizon on Habitat 4, kind of balancing, because it has a lot of low ground on that map, and it's a lot of discrepancy between getting from that low ground back to the high, so it allows Horizon to flank a lot and use that Q to get that height advantage to get a few extra shots in for those Nocts and create some good team fights for them. But that's the only map we're really going to see the Horizon on. I don't think you can really find her a position on the other 5 maps that we have in competition.
Yeah, Habitat 4 we haven't seen yet, but Encore, yeah, that map right there is where Horizon was truly versatile. So,
okay, Encore,
Habitat 4, Fallout, honestly, we haven't seen Habitat 4. This might be the chance to break it out. Once we see our 5 maps, it would be kind of fun to see it. Actually, I think they're ready. Let's see the maps, Fallout. Let's just kill the suspense, and we don't have Habitat 4. Oh, we got Overflow, Party Crasher, and Thermal Station.
That's right. We have our players banning. This is so cool. I mean, kudos to UMG. They actually have a map picks and bans process, which is as legitimate as esports gets. You want to make sure that players can play their strong points or ban their weak points. It's a cool system. So that said, every series, map picks and bans, and the picks are Overflow, Party Crasher, Thermal Station, Phase Runner, and Dome. A lot of these players want just some OG arenas and the maps that they're used to, Blaze.
Yeah, they are. They are. And I like this map cycle. Okay, this is the 5 maps in which these two teams are going to be the most comfortable on. The question is, who's going to be able to strike first on Overflow, which has pretty much been like the first map to kick off all of our cycles. That Party Crash and Thermal Station has been the 3 to kick off these series. So these squads, they got the field in which they want to play on. Now we got to see how they're going to perform.
So it's interesting, Fallout, because Overflow has consistently been map 1 for ESA specifically, and they do it in such a weird way where they always go down, at least from this tournament, from yesterday to today, Fallout, they always go down 2-0, you know, and then they find a way to win the series 4-2. I don't know why that is. Some teams are just weird. Some teams like to lose round 1. Some teams like to lose map 1, and then they're fine for the rest of the series. When it comes to ESA, specifically on Overflow, they love to lose the first 2 rounds only to finally win the series.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, that's how a team kind of forms and works. They like to adjust. They like to make some changes based on what's not working. Maybe take a little bit to heat up and warm up. You know, TSM is kind of like that in a BR at least. They always start a little bit slow. But no, ESA has clutch factor times 1,000 written all over them, ice in their veins. Their ability to close out game number 5 against Johnsonville, I think, said it earlier. And yeah, we definitely know, even if they start slow, they'll finish strong.
Yeah, they'll finish strong indeed. And Blaze, this was the map that you were truly impressed with, which actually I think Duplex, even though it was Skittlecakes making those massive plays, still came up with this word. What was the word that Duplex was coining?
Getting duped on.
Duped on.
Getting duped on, man. All right.
Duped.
Yeah, you know, we see it a lot when it comes down to the wingman and shotgun plays. More importantly,
we see a lot of duping happen.
It's a thing.
Yeah, duping happens a lot, especially in the wingman shotgun plays. And I gotta say, Verhulst, you're in the chat right now. You gotta put some respect in your former teammate's name who helped you get there. We gotta make getting duped on being a thing. All right, brother, that's the new terminology. If you get just absolutely dookied, absolutely pooped, you combine them into duped, and it happens to be Duplex that makes it happen.
Add it to Urban Dictionary. Make it official. All right. Especially you, Fallout, if you're going to be casting over there at the ALGS. You just got to start using it, man. I don't know if you can, actually. You might get shut down. But regardless, duped on is a real thing. But you know what? Johnsonville still in my mind for some reason. I was looking at the notes. They can't leave. Even if they're not in grand finals, they still made an impact throughout the entire tournament. CLG, though. CLG is just truly, I shouldn't say Cinderella story, but if you look at least at this trio, you know, not as well-known names for a couple of them, but still the ability, or at least the fact that they're here, Blaze, it is a beautiful thing going against the top dogs of ESA, now looking to replicate their success from last tournament. They are the champions. They're looking to be the returning champions this time, instead of with Verhulst, with Noct. We've, you know, ran that storyline into the ground. I think it's time really to get our predictions started. I want to know who you guys are going to be going with, because this is going to be a 50-50, at least in my mind. So I ask you guys, who wants to start?
Blaze, you first.
Yeah, I'll kick it off, no problem. So throughout this week, me and John haven't had a chance to cast CLG, and we've been sitting back, observing them, watching them playing up against everyone out here. And I honestly had a lot of faith in Arena Demons in that last series. But after that first map, they looked non-existent. From how CLG has been comfortably winning all of their series up until this point, I don't even think they've dropped the map. I have to go CLG in my pick. I think Dimi is going to be a god in this one. And CLG, they're not going to lose face. It's just another new opponent standing in their way. And what's going to change?
Damn, Blaze, that was good. Demigod. I got to give you that one, bro. That was at least 9 times. My man Blaze always be delivering.
Hey, you picking my low-hanging fruit at this point, boy. When you start the series, all right?
That's right, brother. We'll keep picking. I want to also point out, I'll jump in my prediction here in a second. Verhulst is committing to the dupe language. Thank you, Verhulst. But I got to call out Dream Seller saying getting duped, knocked, and caked. He said, wait, but that's pretty good. You can get caked really on, good. But no, dupe is the one that's going to stick up to 3.
Dupe, knocked, and caked. Okay.
Yeah, damn, that's pretty damn impressive. The whole squad just becoming adjectives. Is that an adjective? That's not an adjective. That's an action.
Verb. Don't ask me.
It's a verb. Thank you. It's been a while. Stay in school, kids.
I'm correcting your English.
Comes from the guy with a college degree. Yeah, exactly. My prediction, if you can't tell here, based on the hype around ESA, I'm going with ESA. I mean, they're the former champions. I think they are way too strong as a team. Obviously, chemistry, experience matters. This isn't their first rodeo. It's not a bunch of wild cards like a couple of the players on the CLG roster are. For me, at least, coming together as a new team for the first time. I'm going with the experienced team. I'm going with ESA. I'd love to hear what chat says, though.
I would too. Chat, you're the smartest one out there. You're going to be joining Blaze. You're going to be joining Fallout. You're going to be joining Fallout this time around. Blaze, you were alone last time, and it didn't work out. How you feeling this time around?
You know, I was alone last time and it didn't work out. But guess what? I went to game 5 and I manifested the only game 5 that we've had all weekend long. So if we get our second win in the finals, I'm okay being wrong in a game 5. But CLG, I think they're going to impress everybody again.
I think they are, man. CLG is looking like one of the strongest teams. They're obviously here for a reason. Now, who's going to win grand finals? We're going to have our answers shortly. First 2 maps are about to play out. CLG versus Esports Arena. Who's taking it all? Well, Fallout Blaze, call the action.
Let's get it.
Yes, sir. It's the grand finals, John, and we have seen some incredible Apex Arena action all throughout the weekend.
Apex Arena?
Apex Arena's action throughout the weekend.
You did Apex.
I said Apex. Okay, Apex. All right. See,
I love
boy, you about to have me cursing on stream. And we just got to the grand finals. All right, John.
I
know you love me, but the Apex Arena's action is about to be kicked off. It's
Did he just do it again? Chat, help me out here. Did he just say Apex again? I swear to God, you said Apex again, bro.
All right,
I swear to God.
Apex. You know, I'm off the pack. You can finish this, okay?
You can finish this. You can finish this intro.
Take it. Give us our intro. Take
I love
this into the grand finals, John.
Let's get it, baby. Listen, it's grand finals time. The last thing I want to do is take the energy from Blaze, but I'm sorry. We're having some fun here along the way. It is grand finals. ESA going up live against none other than CLG, 2 star-studded teams, great brands, logos, and names in competitive Apex Legends as we are getting ready for this one. Blaze, how hyped are you, brother?
I am extremely hype, okay? And you know me. My energy is not gonna drop.
Facts.
We got 6 of the best players in the world here for our entertainment in this finals. And Overflow has been the first map to set the stage in each of our series. And I can't think of no better way to kick off this grand finals. We talked a lot about the battle of the Pathfinders. Who's gonna be able to come out on top? I put my money on Dimi. John got his money on Skittle Cakes.
Mm-hmm.
I got 14 on the clock.
I got money on Duplex. You know, I got money on. Actually, in particular, low key, if we had to kind of pick one wild card per team, you got Demi. I got Noct, man. I think Noct is gonna be the X factor for the CSA squad, personally.
Yeah, Noct has been making plays throughout the week. He's gonna. We'll see what he does. He is gonna be on that Octane once again. We're only gonna see one Gibby on this map. It's going to be CLG who opts to use the Wraith instead. We'll see how that changes the fight. Luxford looking for some shots. Not going to be able to find much. Both squads trading out opposite ends. One will take thermal side, the other will take maintenance, trading out the meds, trading out the crafting materials.
That's right. Looks like we're going to start things off quite a bit slow here. One team plays the east side of the map. One team plays the west side. And as a result, a little bit of a standoff here in round number 1. Gives us a chance just to continue to build this hype, continue to build this storyline. We see a couple individuals head glitching, trying to see if they can get at least some early damage. But again, I mentioned earlier, I love round 1s of arenas because it's really about stock gameplay. You don't really have a ton of meds. You don't really have a ton of weapons at play. It comes down to who can hit their shots the most with not a whole lot of money to spend. And here we go. It looks like ESA wants to start the fight. Woo!
Oh, you're going to see the first knock comes in on Duplex. This Esports Arena trying to save face. Luxford, can he get the knock on Skittle Cakes? He cannot. All up to Nano versus Skittle. 1v1. And Nano chooses to full reposition. Looking for the heady. Skittle goes for the battery. He has the high ground, but he says, I don't need it. Connects with the blind fire flatline. And that's going to be Esports Arena striking first.
And that's what you love to see. Round 1 finishes with a 1v1 Amano Imano for the bread here. And Skittle Cakes, of course, has high ground, has the health advantage, and clutches out here. Let's take a look at the replays and how it happened. Skittle Cakes popping off, 160 damage here. 193, finishes off with a 200 plus damage round. And nice beams right there for a ESA round number 1 win.
Now, let's see. Esports Arena, they did a great job being able to pull that one away. And the Gibby, you know, it worked out for him in that fight. Definitely know how to play around that bubble. That fight really came down to height advantage too as well. You know, making sure not Nano, it was Noct having that high ground there towards the end, actually Skittle Cakes. But that's the last round. Skittle Cakes goes in for the knock. He isn't able to get it. Both players are cracked. Gonna back up. Noct gets another crack, and he's gonna let him move forward. Doesn't see the Skittle Cakes around the corner. The battery is popped. Skittle takes the high ground. Luxford trying to crack his armor once again.
I'm surprised ESA is going to kind of let them get away with murder right there. Lets all members of CLG reset, heal back up. Duplex now hurt, and it looks like they're going to reset. Skittle works wide and says, hey, get your health back. Everyone just chill. Let's hit the reset button. We'll see yet another fight here. Who's going to initiate this time? Last time it was ESA.
Yeah, Knock and Skittle, they'll regroup and they'll rotate towards that maintenance side. Duplex, he's watching here at the mid portion of the map. They're going to all group up. This is the same location the fight broke out last round. It seems like it's going to break out again. You see the Gibby bubble get popped, and we'll see Dimi reposition himself out. They baited the bubble. Now they can engage again whenever they want. And you're starting to see Esports Arena try to get a little bit more out of this place as they did see their opponent back up, spread out. Duplex, some solid shots. He'll get the crack, but he's focused on the left. He doesn't have that bubble anymore to work with. Having to move towards the zone. And it's going to be Knock trying to save his life, but he loses Skittle. Ooh. He'll be able to get a knock of his own. Duplex trying to pop the battery. No one's going to drop down on him. Luxford takes over, but he loses the fight. And Duplex comes out on top with the 5 HP. He gets it done.
5 HP low ground dub. That's a moment where we say that can't happen. Luxford missing 2 wingman shots on the drop there. Obviously difficult shots to hit, but you got to close that out. That's a round where I truly thought that CLG was going to tie this 1-1. I mean, look, they break ice. They get the first knock on Skittle Cakes, but it's Duplex duping on Luxford right there, trying to push to finish. Knocked is the X factor in that round, though, in my opinion. Knocks Dimi and gets the damage on Luxford, allowing Duplex to do Duplex things, taking out Luxford. That one. Wow.
Yeah, he missed those 3 shots with the wingman. He 100% gets the knock after that. And I don't even think the battery got popped off too on the other side by Skittle.
Yeah, by the way, I want to confirm Mozambique is banned in this competition. I never thought I'd be using those words in the same sentence, but Mozambique is banned given that round 1 Mozambique triple take, Mozam meta. Meanwhile, Dimi tries to stay alive. So many members of CLG damage right now. Opportunity for ESA to step on the throats and close this round out. Great wingman shots from Dimi right here, but it's not going to be enough. Needs to find a way to survive. ESA fully healed, and yeah, there's no shot CLG wins this, right, Blaze?
Dimi gets knocked, and I agree with you, John. No shot. But it's Nano and Luxford trying to get the knock that they need. Luxford goes down. It's all going to be up to Nano. Multiple players in front of him. He needs to at least get a battery off to have some opportunity. They're going to kick down his door. Police, let us see it. The jig is up. Esports Arena. They take map number 1 in a 3-0 fashion.
Bro, I blinked. Blaze, wake me. I just blacked out for the last 45 seconds and that game ended. What happened? Like, that's insane start right there.
What happened was you saw some fast gameplay coming out from Knocked and Skittle Cake.
Insane.
And some great plays from Duplex as well. These boys, they got it done, and they're hitting their shots, okay?
And Nano is going to have nightmares of that moment. That had to be one of the most bully-esque moments ever. He looking through the doors and sees 3 shadows sitting in a Gibby bubble, just ready to absolutely run over you in the end there. Hopefully we see that on replay momentarily. Let's take a look at the replays of that last round of the entirety of that match.
So the difference, Wraith, Gibby, how you play around both these characters, having that anchor of the Octane and the Pathfinder on both these teams. And so for the 3-0 that we just witnessed coming out from Esports Arena, I think they did get a lot out of their Gibby bubbles, but they did clutch up some rounds because it always didn't go the way in which they wanted, that being a round right there. We'll see if, because I don't see Duplex coming off this Gibby throughout the tournament, throughout the rest of these maps. It's been key to their success. Do you think that CLG is going to have to match him Gibby for Gibby?
Honestly, at this point, I question, you gotta do something. And I think matching Gibby for Gibby is the closest answer. I mean, playing a Gibby-less team comp, we saw happen maybe 1 or 2 other times in this competition. We did see Arena Demons do it, and that it worked against Arena Demons because Arena Demons also didn't play Gibby. But it's so, Gibby is one of the few counterless legends, so hard to counter. And I think at some point you have to just counter and fight fire with fire, much like we saw, the Johnsons do by playing Bangalore against Navi yesterday.
Yeah, and so when it comes down to the Gibby counter, you got Crypto, but that's going to work out more in the Battle Royale format. maybe when Mad Maggie drops in, we get that devastating Q that she has. We'll see how she plays a factor into playing against Gibbies. But now you don't got Maggie. You're going to have to go toe for toe or have some better close quarter battles against your opponent that has that Gibby. Both squads know how to play around that bubble. It's just going to come down to hitting shots when we get into those fights again in map number 2.
That's right. Well, map 1, not a whole lot to analyze there. It was basically just ESA flying and playing with the utmost confidence, obviously using Gibraltar bubbles as utility to close out. We're going to be getting ready for map number 2 here. I want to just take a moment to say welcome to every single one of y'all tuning in for the finals. Fallout here, joined alongside the one and only Blaze. Vibes are high. Hope you guys are enjoying the gameplay so far. Lay of the land real quick. UMG, one of the best in the business in hosting tournaments. So glad that they entered Apex Legends. Map, picks, and bans every single round. Brilliant group stage format yesterday. Double elimination bracket in groups. Top 2 teams qualified to today. Single elimination bracket. We got the L-Star band. We got the Devotion band.
Yes.
We have the Mozambique band. And then we have Bloodhound and Seer. Wall hacking Goons band as well.
Yeah, we don't want none of that. We don't want none of that up in here, okay? No free shots, no free intel. You're going to have to work for everything you got. You're going to have to make the call outs. You're going to have to rotate quick, move with your squad if you want to come out on top victorious. We're heading into map number 2, Party Crashers, Esports Arena, up 1-0. And I do believe CLG just lost one of their first maps of the tournament. If it ain't the first, it's the second. Will they lose another? Let's find out.
Yeah, the fact that they 3-0'd Arena Demons, came in and got 3-0'd that quick, that's a little crazy. But Blaze, I'm going to give you one chance. And one chance only. And that chance is right now.
No.
And you already know what I'm going to say.
I'm not switching my pick. No.
Are you sure about that, brother? This is your only shot.
Nope, I'm rocking CLG.
You're about to take a double L.
Hey, well, we're gonna find out at the Party Crashers, okay? We're gonna see how well that aged.
Okay. You sticking with it? You sticking with CLG?
Sticking with it.
I'm sticking with ESA.
Get off my back, okay? I'm 10 toes deep with the CLG gang. I said what I said. Chat.
Right,
He'll Fallout, leave me alone, okay? I know I got some CLG fans out there. We heading into map number 2. Here we go.
Let's get it. My man Blaze stuck with the Johnsonville prediction. Gave him a chance to change that one as well. You know, I'm just saying. Although you manifested that game 5, though, so I'm not even complaining about that one. But let's get into it. Look how fast CLG is playing. They're saying, ESA, we will match your aggression with our own aggression. But no, we're not playing Gibby. Here we go. Round number 1. CLG flying. But saying, never mind. Let's back out.
Knock is doing what Knock does best, switching targets one after another very quickly, making his opponent feel very uncomfortable. His damage output has been very good this entire tournament, but he's going to have to reposition. Dimi was really who took over for CLG at the start of this round, grappling towards the top of his opponent's ship and getting into that early fight with Knock, okay, making him feel uncomfortable and have to move towards the outskirts.
That's right. An interesting push right there, an interesting strat. They tried to catch ESA off guard with a very aggressive Octane push off the rip, and then they say, actually, yeah, let's back out and reset. But I do like what they did there, because they did enough damage in this round 1 where you don't have a ton of heals to work with. Duplex, no shields, for example, and obviously no pill able to be grabbed by ESA, so this really should be a CLG round.
It really should be. They have all those. They have all the advantages. Dimi is out of cells though. They don't have that health advantage, and they were not able to get the help from the pills. Gil gets knocked. Knocked is knocked, and it's a quick team wipe coming out for CLG.
Right. Look at that. That's how you start. All right, Blaze. Maybe you're onto something, brother. Maybe you're onto something.
They're on the board, but they have to keep up this performance, John, because that was the quickest 3-0 we saw all day of map 1, especially on Overflow. We have seen multiple times Overflow get extended by both squads, flipping each side of the map, taking the meds and really slowing it down. That wasn't the case in map 1.
Yeah.
And we may see a similar story here on Party Crasher. It is way more open space in the mid map. There is more of a high ground and a low ground depending on where that circle pulls. So you do have to make a good guess. This time we will see both teams play for the meds. They'll give each other some respect. With CLG taking the top side of the map, they finally recognize, oh, nobody's here. Hold up. Where they at? Oh, they're down low. Get the meds, get the crafting metals. Let's play the long range battle.
Blazing the minds of Dimi right there. That's quite literally what was going through his head, exactly as you called it. As it looks like we're going to have a bit of a stalemate here in round number 2. Both teams playing opposite sides, playing for their respective pills, their respective meds. And this one will be a little bit slower. So we'll take a moment to say what's up and what's good. We've got a couple of legends in the chat. My boy On Madness, former CLG alumni in the house. Appreciate you coming through. We know we got Tech in the house. We got Verholst in the house. Anyone else that's coming through? Appreciate every single one of y'all. And we got all types of people in the chat. Shout out to Am Anderson, Legacy, T-Hod, Altira saying Fallout always getting blazed, gassed up. Ain't that the truth, please?
Hell yeah, that's what we do, man. You know, we feed off each other's energy. It's like a double Musu for my Dynasty Warrior fans out there who used to, you know, rock in that game.
Totally know
One
what
of
that
the
means.
best hack and slashes out there.
Double Musu. Yeah, it sounds like
Okay, my boy Xiao Yun, Guan Ping, Guan Yu.
Sounds like you're at like a Korean barbecue place, you know, taking shots of a double Musu. I'll take a double Musu, please.
Hey man, I'll take a double moose too as well. You know what? Now when I gotta make my restaurant, that's gonna be a drink on a menu. A double moose too. It's gonna have mad Red Bull in it. That's all I'm saying. Okay, mad caffeine. Now we're starting to see Esports Arena get charged up. They're gonna have to move towards the low ground to just kind of cut the distance. They recognize that they had a bad gamble when it comes down to playing this side of the map, but they were probably ready for it. Oh, Skittle Case gets knocked. And Knock is trying to fly over to save him. Dupe gets an early bubble, but he knows he has to fight. He goes for the wingman. Sorry for the flatline shots. He backs up out of Nano, but they will get wiped. And that's going to be CLG going up 2-0.
Dupe got duped? I think Dupe got duped a little bit right there. Esports Arena getting a little duped. 2-0, absolutely duped on. CLG duping all over the place right now. You know what I'm saying? Up 2-0 after 2 games, and the way they did it right there, I got to give a shout out and kudos to Luxford. Breaking ice with great long-range shots, beaming and finishing one, able to then push up alongside Nano to close that out, and then the last 2 members of ESA basically got killed simultaneously. And in the end, CLG with a 3-0 right back, trading punch for punch plays. Is it happening?
I hope it happens that way, okay? If CLG can deliver the pain back to Esports Arena with a similar 3-0, talk about a grand finals on our hands. CLG looking to do that. They will play wide left. Some solid shots coming in towards the waterfall. This Esports Arena trapped under the ship. Skittle Cakes with the massive in hand, looking for a fight, checking the outskirts. But first knock is going to come in for Esports Arena. Duplex 5 HP. He's trapped. He's knocked 2v2. It's going to be Skittle Cakes and Knock popping batteries. Luxford trying to get wide. He's about to take some shots soon, but he'll reposition. Get back with Skittle Cakes, taking some shots from afar. Ooh. Oh, baby, slowing it down.
I love these rounds with a passion. Revive's gonna come through, trying to get Duplex back up. That's your Gibby. Does he?
Doesn't get that.
Drop the bubble. Drop the bubble. No, he doesn't get it. Skittle Cakes gonna get damaged quite a bit. A little risky. High risk, high reward play right there. But Luxford in a 1v2 needs to go huge. Luxford, what you got? Knocked, gonna take out Nano, all up to Luxford, who is an absolute young gun in this scene. Gonna get some good shots in to start. Has to clutch this 1v2 though to give CLG the 3-0 back in the face of ESA.
Checking multiple angles, looking for a 1v1, looking for something, trying to hit a res Q, don't have nades to work with. He gets it through the crack, he repositions, goes high, gets the high ground. He can fight a little bit more, but not as long as he needs to. It was Esports Arena who was on top of him, making sure they can get that kill, but great effort, John.
Yeah, great effort.
Great effort from him.
I'm like what I'm seeing from Luxford. This is someone I'm going to be fully honest with y'all. Listen, as a caster, I always pride myself in learning, prepping as much as possible to understand players, their backgrounds, etc. I don't know a whole lot about Luxford. Not a whole lot about him out there. Couldn't find his Twitter. Doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. So, y'all obviously, Verholst, I'm sure you know a thing or two. Give me a quick rundown. Give me the quick bio for Luxford. But he's a kind of new and up and comer in the scene. And this is my first time seeing him on the main stage in a final matchup. This is where legends are made, man. Look, you see players like Verholst that just came onto the scene out of nowhere and performed when they were on this stage. You either perform or you fold. Let's see what Luxford's got.
ALGS, we know that's the big stage, but we love when new players perform under the big lights, and that's why we love tournaments like this by UMG Gaming, giving these players a chance to show us what they are made out of. Skittle Case is going to hit a great massive shot, but he has to reposition, pops the battery. It's going to be Dimi and Nano with the high ground. Some solid shots coming in from Luxford as well. He's going to force Duplex off the building, and that gives Knock the idea to press forward to try to get it down. He's full red now. He's in a crucial position. The bubble comes out. CLG looking to end it, but it's a knock from Skittle Cakes. Esports Arena trying to get this all tied up. They're gonna be able to knock Nano. Dimi, he's doing his best to stay alive, John.
Oh my God.
Luxford trying to keep his team in this.
I said, Luxford, you got to show up. He does right here with some great shots. It's going to be a 2 versus 2 situation. I believe if Noct gets taken out here. Yes, he does.
Ooh.
Noct is out. Huge play from Dimi, the player from Moners, who was in the LGS Pro League. Split getting some good shots. Turns and gets another knock. Luxford knocks. Skittle Cakes 2 knocked. It's a 2v3 clutch. CLG with an opportunity to close this out. And Duplex is the last alive for ESA. They do it.
CLG gets it done.
Damn.
You see the teamwork coming out there from Luxford and Dimi. Man, holding his angle from the back. Dimi holding that tight angle from the front. They clutch up in a 2v3. They tie the series all up 1-1. When we come back, we'll see who can take the lead in map number 3.
Welcome back, everybody, to an electrifying grand finals for the UMG Champions Apex Legends Arena $10,000 Invitational. I'm Taylor Reflections Noble, joined by Blaze and Fallout, and this grand finals is not disappointing. Blaze, I gotta say, after map 1 on Overflow, I was a bit worried for CLG. We got one of our quickest maps as ESA dominated CLG, beating them 3-0. Let's at least hit on map number 1.
Yeah, you know, like we were saying, it wasn't much to say, but when it came down to it, Esports Arena, they were better in the close quarter engagements, okay? It was the Gibby bubble from Duplex and the plays that he was making which set them up for success in map number 1 and got them here in map number 2, where CLG says, you know what? We understand that, but we got something for you as well.
Yeah, CLG map 2. Different story, winning that 3-1. But Fallout, let's hit home that final play.
Absolutely. What a finish that was. A 2 versus 3 clutch to close out map number 2 with a bang. And the best part about it, Taylor, is I called out Luxford at the beginning. I said big players step up in big moments, now or never. And Luxford is the one that breaks ice with the initial beams, the initial shots. Let's take a look at the replays here from that final play. Again, they get the first knock. ESA, 3v2. Dimi with the wingman, pops Noct, recognizes he has to push now, turns, gets some great damage in, and Luxford is able to help finish with the long-range team fire. Look at the teamwork. Luxford finally gets the final damage in Duplex and closes it out. What a finish right there. Luxford, thanks for the intel to all y'all in chat. Controller and console god from PlayStation. Apex Predator turned competitive player. This is the same story we've seen time and time again, right? That's the story of G2. They started on console, made the switch to PC, worked their way up. Perhaps Luxford is next, man. And how cool would it be if maybe CLG picks up this roster? I know they have a roster. They didn't do too hot. I'm just saying. I'm causing controversy here a little bit.
Let me just say, Luxford, huge fan of this guy throughout this event. And again, because simply, you know, he's constantly rotating legends in and out of cycle, but he's also popping off in big plays where he needs to against the legends on Esports Arena, because they are the veterans, they are the legends, they are the ones making things happen even in ALGS. But he has, I mean, really, he's got ice through his veins. I love that. I really do. And I think that's a great story. We'll see how far Luxford can go. Now, Blaze, we're hopping into map number 3, Thermal Station. ESA lost this a little bit earlier. They lost it to Johnsonville in semifinals. Now, granted, we know how the series ended on Dome. ESA ends up pulling through. But we have seen ESA bleed on this very map, which means CLG fans, they might be able to see yet another win with CLG taking a 2-1 lead. I'm going to hop up, but Fallout Blaze, keep the conversation going.
All right, and like you said, we've seen ESA bleed on this map before, but I'm actually going to favor ESA a little bit in this map number 3, just because I've been enjoying the plays that Duplex has been making on this Gibby, and we've seen Gibby be one of the most successful characters when it comes down to Thermal Station. We'll see if that energy gets matched by CLG, if Luxford probably will be the flex, but I don't see him coming off that octane again the way that he was performing off that last map.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think I'm right there with you. ESA, yeah, they showed some weakness on this map, but it was against the Johnsons, you know what I'm saying? And just the name Johnsonville automatically elevated them to kind of be godlike, especially with King Johnson himself, designed for playing on Thermal Station, his home turf. Now, but jokes aside, I think ESA is going to take this one. I think it'll be a close one, but the Gibraltar difference, the bubble difference is going to make a big difference here in map number 3. I got ESA closing this one out. I'm going up 2-1.
Here we go, folks. It's Esports Arena versus CLG in our grand finals. the Apex Invitational, 4 arenas, hosted by UMG Gaming. Who's going to be able to take this series 2-1? Comes down to Thermal Station.
Let's
We're
get
seeing a
it.
team count from CLG. They're going to keep Nano on the Wraith. So we'll see how that plays out for them.
Facts.
They got to get into these engagements early.
That's right. Map number 3 here. I want to give a warm welcome to the GOAT, the Michael Jordan of Apex himself, CEO Imperial Hal coming through. What's up, brother? Appreciate you coming through and supporting the Apex scene, support some of these young guns. And yes, you were most definitely invited to this tournament, brother. You have a perpetual invite. Let us know if you want to be in the next one.
Oh,
Be
my.
sick to see TSN, Verholst.
Dimi with the wingman.
I know, I was going to start here.
Skittle Cake's full. He will get... No, he will not get knocked. I thought he did. He'll make it away with 1 HP. Not trying to do some damage, alleviate some of the pressure from his squad so they can heal up. Dimi, Nano, and Luxford all have the pop cells and batteries. They won't have much to work with after they get healed up as much as they can. This next team fight may be the last for CLG.
Yeah, that's right. Dimi damaged. Nano healing back up a tiny ounce of HP, trying to do what they can to be ready for this last fight. Skittle Cake with 52 HP or something similar. It's going to be a really, really difficult fight. And honestly, both teams a little bit hurt here. Looks like full health for Skittle. And at the end, reset button hit. This next fight, this next 3v3, with the zone closing in, and take a look at the top left of the screen here. Looks like ESA is going to be the first to rotate. Skittle leading the way.
Now, would the Skittle drop his shield to fight with Flesh and then pop the med kit? I don't know if he wasn't trying to lose his shields there. That was 200 IQ if he did try to just put out some damage. But Dimi with some solid wingman shots. He'll take a little bit of fire, but more importantly, when it comes down to Luxford, he got his shields cracked on the opposite side for CLG. But Dimi, he's in a difficult battle. He'll use this cover to just crouch and use the heady for a bit. It's going to turn out to be a 2v2. Some solid shots from Noct. He'll hop over. He gets into a battle with the other Octane in Luxford. It's a 3v2 in favor of CLG, but Duplex trying to get the down. The pistol is missing. He gets 1 knock. Both players are weak. He's going to try to stay in a fight, knows exactly where Dimi is. A 1v1.
Oh my God!
Comes out on top.
Noct, are you kidding me, bro? That entire round from Noct, the controller god, was insane. Let's take a look at the replay here, hopefully from Noct's POV, because his ability to dip dodge, get high ground, cross for his team, and recognize I can absolutely beam this guy for free to get that second down was insane. Plus, obviously, closing out that 1v1 in the end. Huge plays from Noct. Skittle Cakes goes down first. It's a 2v3, and look at the damage. That's the point right there I was just talking about. Takes out the P2020, connects for 18 cross map, and has the wherewithal, uses those audio cues. Nice, beautiful slide to finish over Dimi. What a finish.
Yeah, Duplex did a good job getting that knock before he went down to set his teammate up for a good 1v2 fight. Going into the next round. Esports Arena, looking to get another. Nano, he'll see Duplex out wide. Tags him up once, but he'll get control over middle. Ooh, some pressure on Noct. He'll hold this door. A battery being popped in front of him. He'll kick it down. Oh, no, he's going to allow him to get that battery off. But he moves out and he takes over. Nano with the sneak play. 3v2 CLG.
Big second round in a row. Skittle Cakes has gone down early. Obviously, as Pathfinder, you typically tend to be the tip of the spear. And right now, both times, end up costing ESA. Let's see if Noct can clutch up again. We're going to jump on board of the hot hand again. We have to. Duplex and Noct need to clutch this 2v if they want a chance to go up 2-0. But no, Noct, it's not this time. Nano shuts it down. It's all up to Duplex here. He's going to be tagged up. 20 HP total for Duplex, and tosses a bubble. But at this point, 1v3. Good night.
Good night. That's going to be CLG able to respond. We're all tied up 1-1. And John, when it came down to CLG in that round, where did they get the advantage at?
Early.
You know what? It was that initial knock by Noct. It was right here. Sorry, Nano.
By Nano. Early knock on Skittle Cakes. Wherewithal to kind of recognize opportunity to get a quick knock, take our numbers, break ice. And that's what made the difference there in my eyes.
Yeah, he saw his opponent run away, and right there, Skittle wasn't expecting Nano to challenge. He says, no way in hell you're going to come out this door on my side of the map and start fighting. But Nano was quick, and he was decisive with that battle, and he put his team in a great position. That's what main slayers do for you, okay? They take over when they want to. You'll see CLG take control over middle. Esports Arena is going to play out wide towards dome side.
And hey, viewers, real quick, pro tip, take a look at the top left of your screen here. We got a mini-map courtesy of UMG production, but thank you. Basically showing us what these teams are doing here. It looks like ESA playing for cylinder building wide right. Meanwhile, CLG opts to play middle of the map, and we're going to have a bit of a standoff here. Luxford trying to get some angles, but wisely just going to back out reset. So keep a close eye at the top left of your screen as we're on board with Dimi right now of the Moaners full-time, playing with CLG this time.
Now, Esports Arena, they are comfortable on this side of the map. This is where they want to fight. They want to be able to have the verticality of that dome when they need it. Also be able to back up and change that fight as they need to and get the most out of Duplex in that Gibby with the bubble. So we've seen this fight break out multiple times already throughout the day. And as CLG moves up, they have to hit some great shots. But you see Esports Arena at the lower portion in front of that dome, utilizing that heady. At the bottom, they can move around freely. They're okay with taking long-range battles with the wingman.
Yep, and I'm glad we're jumping on board with Nano. He has the hot hand right now. He's playing out of his mind. Talk about showing up in a finals. What he's done the last 2 rounds to get the first knock on Skittles has been quite insane. Obviously, controller player, so controller wingman. Powerful, hard to stop. But Nano is taking use of it, making use of it. Dimi needs to back out and survive right now. We'll be able to.
Great awareness. Great awareness, great grapple. He didn't overstay his welcome. That would have been a difference of him losing more health than the 5 outside the shields. Quick battery, he's back in a fight. Few shots on Duplex. That arc star, it lands right on the edge. Duplex can dodge that with ease, but he has to worry about the people in the middle building. Knocking Duplex stay together. Trying to knock the door down. They'll push out, get a quick knock on Luxford. It's Esports Arena with the man advantage. Duplex popping the battery. Nano and Dimi, they need to respond quickly. Dimi dodges the nade. He's in a fight with Skittle Cakes. Trying to connect with the wingman. Playing the edge well, but he has getting focused from multiple angles, John, and it's gonna be an Esports Arena's round.
Yeah, that's right. Noct able to take advantage of, I can't remember which member of CLG it was, basically making the same mistakes Skittle Takes made the round before, turning his back and trying to run away. Noct gets the quick knock right there. Yeah, ESA won the round, but that was all Noct with the heads up play, breaking ice.
Yeah, he got the down on Nano. Right,
was it Nano? It was Nano. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Could have misplay there.
Oh, sorry, Luxford. Luxford.
Oh, it was Luxford. Yeah, he was hurt though. Man, I don't know how much he can do there.
Yep, and then there, Dimi and Nano left by themselves in a 2v3. Getting absolutely angled out. Not much they could do in that situation. It's going to come down to how you want to engage in this fight. CLG is, Esports Arena is doing a great job playing it slow. Letting their opponent come to them.
I'll say a quick shout out, welcome my boy Nocturnal, Team Liquid. Also a shout out to Mr. Will Nader, first time Apex viewer. This is Arenas. Typically Apex Legends Battle Royale. Arenas 3 versus 3 round-based game mode. And basically, the objective is kill the other team. We're on board with Skittle Cakes right now. Nice shot put through from Skittle. ESA getting some damage. Will they try and capitalize? No. Looks like they're going to use this as a chance for Duplex to heal back up. And a little bit of poke and prod here, that's all.
Yeah, he forces 2 to 3 cells out with that single headshot for 60. That's a lot of economy being used early on in this round on the side of Esports Arena. CLG feeling comfortable with their current positioning. They know everyone's in front of them. They got control over the dome building. And they also got control up here about a gondola as well. It's good to get a few arc stars up top. Skittle Cakes goes high. Not going to be able to do much with the Mastiff. Few arc stars. He has the P2020 in his back pocket. Not is going to shred Dimi to 5 HP. He wants to chase this one down, trying to keep the high ground, trying to find an angle. They can't get the knock on him, but they don't want to overextend themselves. And Nano, he's going to be hurting. Dimi has to get back in the fight. It's Luxford. He'll get a knock of his own, having a duck and dodge. He cuts back into the fight. He gets another crack. Can Dimi get it done for him? The P2020 will make it a 1v1. Duplex above. Duplex, will he drop? Oh boy. Looking for the angle and he gets it. Esports Arena. They'll take map number 3.
And I have to say, Noct MVP hands down of that map. He had 1,200 damage before that late game fight even started. It must have ended with at least 1600 to 1700 damage. Noct playing out of his mind. The one that clutched and helped win that first round that was crucial. The one that broke ice in the second to last round. And right there, the difference maker by getting, I think it was Duplex down to about 5 to 10 HP. It was Dimi, thank you. Sorry, yeah. Getting down to 5 or 10 HP, opening the door wide open for them to close out that round. Noct is playing out of his mind. MVP caliber, MVP material right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, he gets that knock, and then he was also able to shred the opposite Octane down to the flesh for him to get knocked as well. And we talked about Noct in the first few maps, and we've been talking about him all weekend long, and what makes him so good. When he plays the Octane, he's able to get into fights, start them, but also get out and get back in quickly to the point where his opponent, they have to adjust for him, but the damage is already being put out.
That slide cancel to finish. I mean, insane. That was a 1v2 right there for Noct, by the way, 2v3 for ESA. And then here we go. So Nano would be the equivalent MVP on the other team if they would have won it. Noct, obviously, in this round, nothing going. Nano is able to clutch up for their squad. But Nano and Noct, seemingly the two controller players, just trading tit for tat, clutching up round after round. Dimi obviously doing what he can here, but it was this last round and the gameplay from Noct that we're about to see in a moment. Unbelievable performance from Noct here, former Cloud9 team member, joins the Esports Arena squad, making such an impact now in this situation. We saw it from CLG's point of view, but we know right here, it was 100% Noct who absolutely was able to turn and melt Luxford. I had a feeling it was him, and it was. He comes in, gets the finish. Great plays coming through from ESA.
Yeah, great plays indeed, man. This is, yep, little 1v at the end. Duplex took his time, hit the shot that he needed, and that got his team up 2-1. Now we need to head on over towards FaZe Runner, map number 4. Can CLG get this one all tied up? I don't think we're going to see any deviation in the team comp so far. I think each squad is going to stick with what they have going into this last map, sticking to their guns, with CLG having to be better in these initiations and these team fights. And on the flip side, we got Esports Arena. They're taking it slow. They're taking their time and utilizing that Gibby bubble as best as they can.
Yeah, you already know my prediction was ESA to win this one. But I want nothing more than a game 3. Let's be honest. And I'll be honest with you, from an analyst perspective, ESA lost this map somewhat handily to the Johnsons. Johnsonville earlier. Do they take a page out of their book and play Bangalore? Perhaps. Guess not. Or instead, do they change their strat up a little bit? Do they run it a little bit differently? Maybe on the flip side, we saw CLG absolutely dupe the Arena Demon squad on this map, who we saw play really well on this map yesterday. So I do think there's a great potential that we go to a game 5. I think CLG might have the slight upper hand on FaZe Runner, but obviously my prediction overall is ESA to win it. So, I'm trying to be right.
Yeah, man. Hey, I know you're always trying to be right, John.
Yeah,
we
true.
get it, okay? You're trying to come out with a 3-1 victory.
Bro.
All I want is a game 5, all right?
Let's just don't talk about, the Gears Pro League 5 years ago where I dominated your ass in the predictions game as casters. Let's not talk about that, you know what I'm saying? 88%
You know what? And I think
62.
you still got that trophy in your trophy case
Hanging on the
at
wall
the
right
top. Above everything else you've ever earned.
And the funny thing is, they didn't even give out a trophy. I literally
okay?
went and got myself a trophy. I paid for a trophy to be made just so I could remember. Yeah,
because it's your greatest achievement, and we will respect that, John, okay? We will respect that. And so we give that one to you. You are the 2016 Gears Esports prediction champion, all right? John Fallout, everybody. But who's going to be able to predict these finals right? Well, he'll be right again if Esports Arena can take this map up against CLG. They are one away from being your champions. But if we know one thing, CLG has showed us a lot of heart. They have showed us a lot of grit, a lot of swag, and they don't give up. They know that they are the underdogs in this series, and they are looking to prove the community wrong. We're headed into map number 4. It's FaZe Runner. Let's go.
Hey, listen, if y'all want a game 5, just to match the energy that this tournament has brought all weekend long, blow it up in the goddamn chat right now. Let's see it. Blow up CLG all caps if you want a game 5. Or just type game 5 in the chat. Let's hear it right now. Give your energy to CLG. Can they do it against this Esports Arena squad? That guy 2K just brought up a great point in chat saying, hey, Gibby's really good on the non-portal side of the map on this map. But guess what? We're fighting on the portal side of this map where Gibby's not necessarily going to be as important. Obviously, very good to get that early pill. And that's exactly what Duplex is going to do. We saw this from Designful. So ESA actually taking a page out of the strat book from their opponents in the Johnsonville boys by grabbing early materials with that build.
Yeah, that's a great use of the money to get those extra meds meds. Skittle Cakes will get cracked,
Lux.
and CLG spills blood as they're moving forward. Skittle Cake should be able to pop that med behind the stairs and get back into the fight.
Damn.
Him and Knock will be trapped, and Nano is going to keep them at the low ground as he's controlling the heady.
I really thought, low-key, we were going to see Luxford hit a cross-map wingy. Knock Skittle Cakes right there. But here we go. Nano's on top right now. High ground. Skittle Cakes so damage right below. Here comes the push. Skittle, no shield. Gonna get knocked as well. Great shots put through. And there you have it. CLG takes that energy right into a round 1 win.
Immediate win, okay? And so I love the pressure that came from CLG that round. They knew their opponent was gonna play for that Gibby bubble, play for the meds, okay? They were saying, okay, you guys can have that, but we will take the high ground away from you and force you to the low. At that point, when it came down to Esports, we're getting their only real option was rotating here through the canyon, through those rocks where, once again, CLG was waiting for them.
That's right. Going to round number 2 here. And by the way, chat just caught up. I said blow it up with CLG in the chat if you want to see a game 5. And literally, it's a wave of ESA. Goes to show where the chat is. And chat's right with me, trying to see if if ESA can close this one out. Love to see the support for Esports Arena. And maybe future FaZe Clan, question mark. You know, he's top tier esports orgs.
You never know.
Boys deserve it. I'm just saying.
Esports Arena, CLG, they're going to have to play construction side of the map.
Oh, we didn't talk about Luxford on
is
Loba.
on the Loba.
Yeah,
we didn't say much about that during the last round. It was so quick. But he's going to get a lot of value from that Loba ult, especially when the care package come down and they want to fight for some of these meds on the map. Some solid wingman shots. That's a crack. Luxford repositions, saves his health. That's a good way to initiate the fight. He's going to crack another player. Knock has to move back. He's like, where's my teammate? Give me some help, brothers. They're full. Nano moves in. It's all up to Duplex, and he can't do anything. CLG 1 round away from sending us to a map 5.
Is it happening, Blaze? We're going to game 5 in the finals?
Find out soon.
Are you kidding me? CLG has to close out, though. One more round. I am going to lose my mind if we hit that game 5. I mean, this has been so much fun to watch. CLG performing so well, and that's what I mentioned. ESA is not great on this map. We saw it against Johnsonville. They just seem kind of lost, low-key, and meanwhile, CLG is just playing so smooth, so loose, capitalizing on the fact that ESA doesn't necessarily have their wits about them on this map, it seems like.
Here we go. Round 3. It looks like we're going to be playing towards construction side once again. Both teams know where this final zone will be played at. The early jump pad for positioning. Ooh, the slide over the top is going to get Nano in position to get those meds if he wants to, but he knows it will be watched by the opposite squad, and that's Duplex holding that angle on top of the platform. Nox going to make a play for it now, knowing it could be free. Get some shots off the side. Was only able to get a battery and I think a Phoenix kit. It's a battery and a med kit left.
I think I may have seen quite a bit of loot right there from Nox. He'll drop some of that for his teammates, but Nano's trying not to even let them get to that point. Nox is so hurt right now. There's one of those bats that he's going to pop for starters. Nano going to back out, reset himself, get some health back. I love the aggression, the confidence that CLG's playing with. Wingman's in hand, and here comes Nano. He cracks for about 75, and part of that's going to be the Gibby shield.
Lots of sales for Luxford. Gonna use that Q to reposition, doing some damage.
Yo.
Keeping his opponents guessing. He was getting pressed by Nox as well.
Pressed, bro. Nox is about to light him up, literally.
He says, nah, you're not gonna get a free fight like that. Instead, Nox gonna be on low ground. Skittle Cakes with the high ground, though. They're covering all angles on this side of the map. Dimi will be one shot. Luxford needs to pop a battery, so CLG is on the fence. Some solid shots coming out from Nox, but Duplex and Skittle both get cracked, and just that quickly, CLG, they hit the heels. Here's the wingman shots, looking for the knock with the quick peek 2020 swap. He's able to put out some more damage, confirm 1 kill, but CLG will confirm the game 5. They stay alive in this series, looking to do the unthinkable and prove all the haters wrong. But can they do it? Can they close it out? Folks, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we got the conclusion of our invitational, and you don't want to miss out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Fallout has manifested it. So has Blaze. We're going to map 5 between these two great teams, Esports Arena, CLG. It's been an exciting series so far, and man, I gotta say, I'm so happy that we're heading into Dome map number 5. It really is. You can cut the tension right now with a knife. It's so incredibly close. And what an answer, by the way, Blaze, from CLG on Phase Runner.
Yeah, what an answer indeed. You know, maybe it was the shots, maybe it was the teamwork, maybe it was Loba just gracing us with her presence on the map. I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing, this win was thick for them, all right? It was a 3-0. They did it dominantly, and they're going to take a lot of momentum in map number 5.
So, Fallout, talk to me about Phase Runner.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, right there, CLG domination as a squad. But again, I keep talking about standout players. You got to talk through standout players making big plays when it matters. And Luxford in that map played out of his freaking mind. His ability to survive. You're right, man. Loba absolutely gracing us with that third-person view, you know what I'm saying? But also the plays as well. The gameplay followed up with the beautiful escape all the way from trucks mid-map, was able to survive, and then immediately turned back around and did work with the P2020 to finish that first kill. Dropped, hit almost every wingman shot. That was one of the best controller wingman displays that we've seen all tournament.
You know what I love about Luxford? And actually, somebody made a joke in chat like, yo, he's just a random select at this point, because we see him rock literally every single legend, it seems, literally play Bangalore in the last series against Arena Demons. And that was a beautiful counter because the smokes against Rampart, Arena Demons love to do that, especially with Aiden. And this time now rocking Loba to counter even more that of the team of Esports Arena. But Esports Arena has been here before. Map 5, this very map, Dome, they just had it a bit earlier. Will they be able to be successful this time? As I'm going to exit, I do want to leave you boys with a point, maybe a talking point, Fallout and Blaze. Well, CLG, they're not rocking Gibby, and that is one of the biggest things that could, in fact, affect them, given the fact that obviously Gibby played a big impact in that final map earlier that Esports Arena was able to win. So I don't know how that's going to play out here. CLG, will they rock Gibby with Lux? Maybe, but I'm going to hop out. I want to hear what you guys have to say.
All right, so Taylor makes some fantastic points when it comes down to the Gibby Dome. And in that series that we saw was Esports Arenas in Johnsonville, and we both casted it. It was very close as the map went down towards the end of a lot of those rounds, and we saw bubble fights multiple times, but it was Esports Arena who was able to get out the damage and win. Now, if you're not going to be able to counter with that Gibby bubble fight, we know that you got to play for the high ground. So that's what CLG needs to go for if they're not going to counter, John. At least that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and what's that random select pick going to be? It's a big question mark. Who's Luxford going to be rocking? I don't take Luxford to be much of a Gibby player. Sometimes you got to put the ego aside and you got to play the right character for the team. So I'm really interested to see. This is almost deja vu in general, though. I mean, honestly, the exact same scenario we saw in our semifinal between ESA and Johnsonville. You go to a game 5, which is really ESA's home in Dome, the southeast side of the map in entirety. They drop Lava City, Big Maw. That's kind of their home, their foray. It's going to be tough for CLG to take. I, of course, am sticking with my ESA pick, but I think it'll be a good game. I'm just so curious as to what the strategy is going to be for CLG, what character they decide to put Luxford on.
Man, whatever CLG decides, they have been through it all throughout this tournament, as well as Esports Arena. They making it back to this point to defend their championship. They're one map away from going back to back as your invitational champions. But CLG, we talked about them having a lot of heart, and they're not going to give up without a fight. It's game 5 on Dome. Esports Arena versus CLG. Chat, blow it up. This is our last map of the tournament. We appreciate you all for coming through with us and enjoying this awesome broadcast. Now it's time to get into it.
My man Designful comes through with the prediction saying CLG plays Horizon, wins this map 4-2, securing his spot on the desk in his future retirement as an ALGS Pro player. My man Designful with the analysis, with the prediction. What y'all got? Predictions here. Let us hit it. I want some bold statements. I want some thoughts. We got Valkyrie, though, on display here. And nonetheless, game number 5. I saw Visit come through. First time chatter saying, go CLG. Let us know who you want. Blow up in the chat right now. CLG, ESA, who's going to take it? What are your predictions? What are your thoughts? Let's get it.
We're seeing Esports Arena run the same comp as they did before. That's what we was wondering. If Luxford, what was his pick gonna be? It's the Valk, not the Horizon. He'll have those rockets for the late game, but also be able to position himself for the high ground. Those some good rockets, not gonna get no damage. And that's an easy dodge right there. I think that's gonna be Skittle Cakes. Just able to shift on over.
That's a slow start here. Both of these squads. Skittle Cakes does get high ground. That's super important. We did see a Valk in the hands of Luxford, I believe. Yes, it is. So it's going to be a Luxford Valkyrie pick on this map. And I'm getting deja vu here. Who was it? Was it on this map that we saw? Little Valkyrie player yesterday, Blaze. What team was that? Was that
no, that was
Arena
Valkyrie
Demons?
coming out for Esports Arena on Party Crashers, and they used the Valk to get the height advantage over there towards the waterfall. And
it was Arena Demons on Party Crashers.
Yeah, Arena Demons on Party Crashers.
Yep.
We saw Aiden staying versatile with the Valk. Luxford with the repeater. He has the help too from Dimi. They're trying to bully Skittles off the high ground. They successfully do it, but Duplex has an angle there towards mid-map, helping his teammates out. Dimi and Nano, they're trapped there towards the back. Well, we won't say trapped.
Another bogey.
Duplex is the focus of attention.
That's right. That might be an opportunity. Obviously, round one, you don't have nades, you don't have a ton of resources, loot to work with. They're going to keep saying it, but I'm a big fan of these round one fights. It comes down to just stock gameplay. Not a ton of heals to kind of defer back to. If you make a mistake, if you get caught out, you're going to get punished. And here we go. Duplex going to have to work in. Poor Gibby, poor situation. Pops that dome for artificial cover, which is going to buy him some time. But someone on ESA needs to make a play right now, and it's going to be knocked. Pushing up towards high ground. Duplex gets knocked here by Luxford. Good plays. 3v2 opportunity for CLG.
Skittle Cakes and Knocked. Looking to make a play. Knocked will be able to shred Nano. Skittle runs in. He makes it a 2v2 fight. It is winnable on the side of Esports Arena.
Oh my God.
He'll regroup with Knocked. They are together. The door is kicked down. Knocked takes a lot of damage. 2v3. Skittle presses out. Skittle gets it down. Repositions. Reload. Playing off the shield. Luxford has to go high. P2020, 30-30 in hand for the 1v1. Multiple pings come out. Luxford takes the high ground. Both have to heal, but Skittle Cakes does not have any cells. Oh, wow. He'll be able to get a battery off his teammate. Not for long. P2020 is dumping, but it's gonna be Skittle Cakes coming out with the win.
You gotta be kidding me. That's our round one to this grand final ESA in a 2v3. And I can't wait to break this down here because brilliant plays. Look at Skittle Cakes right now on Pathfinder. Flies across map, takes out Nano, gets the great damage in, immediately drops and has the wherewithal to recognize Knocked is inside. Let me regroup with my teammate. Knocked somehow gets damage and survives long enough for Skittle Cakes to do this. Pushes up, takes a 1v2, and then clutches the 1v1 for the bread with the flatline. Mozambique in hand, obviously can't use it, and in the end, a great start for ESA.
Man, he caked both of them up, okay? And I swear, John, it was sweet. Truly was. He'll get position here towards the middle, taking the high ground. Luxford is going to try to challenge him. Nano gets some shots. Skittles in the open. I don't think he makes it out. Just barely.
On board Knocked now. Knocked cross snap, poke. Little pea shooter there from the Volt long range.
There's the aggression.
Luxford gonna get some health back. All members back to full health. Duplex right below. Opportunity to take that fight, but obviously Duplex is gonna be pretty shielded up and well defended. So you get a high low ground scenario, but Luxford cross map with the 30-30 beaming.
Yeah, he's gonna keep those players inside the building, take away all their headies. There's the bubble. Duplex, Nano says, are you gonna do it? He comes off the high ground. Duplex wants to challenge. He stays composed. Knock pushes out. But he'll get shredded. There's the flat line, putting some more shots. It's a 3v2 in favor of CLG.
Another 3v2. This time CLG has to close this out. They can't let Duplex and Skittle Cakes, the duo, do it to him again. Here comes the push. Luxford pushing wide right. Has an angle. Here it is. Nice shots being put through. Skittle is going to get tagged up significantly. Duplex is going to be knocked. Luxford out, though. All of the Skittle Cakes. Can he clutch again? No. CLG shuts it down. We're tied 1-1. And by the way, I see CLG GS Bird in the house supporting his teammates. What's up, Bird? What's up, everybody in the chat? Appreciate y'all coming through for this grand final. Quite the start we got here. 1-1.
Quite the start indeed. Neither squad is giving up nothing for free. They're not even allowing their opponents to heal for free, okay? They know that damage is currency, and as soon as they put out that damage, they ain't gonna allow their opponent to get their health back, take back some of that money from them. No, okay? It's about the DPS. It's about being decisive and about being quick. And CLG showed us that in that last round. They did a good job not getting clutched up on back-to-back, because I would have been scared for him, John.
You and I both. Instead, we're tied 1-1 here. Nano with that very aggressive first play, and you called it perfectly, Blaze. It's a battle for high ground here. This time it's going to be Skittle Cakes who's able to grab it. Nano right below. No bubble, obviously, for CLG. So they got to be super cautious in these fights here.
Thought that was going to bounce from silo to silo. Luxford, I think he still is rocking that repeater.
He is. Yep.
The
Wingman.
entire CLG squad in the inside for the most part. Well, that's not totally true. They're spread out a bit.
Luxford threading the needle, trying to get some damage in. So this is interesting. Luxford's a little bit isolated right now, which means ESA, they can drop on Nano and take a 2v1 right now. I don't know if they know if Nano's there. That would be a clean 2v1 with Lux and Dimi so far away.
As soon as Nano starts shooting from this position, they may ape him.
Yeah.
He's definitely apeable.
He is apeable. Duplex.
Oh.
Significantly damaged, about 78.
He forced the bubble. That's a dub.
That's huge. No bubble going to be available for them.
I don't know if he can have 2 bubbles in the round. That's a lot of cash. I'd much rather buy heals.
Contact with target.
Still, Esports Arena looking down on their opponents that don't have a bubble to work with themselves. So as soon as they have to press out, John, they'll be sitting ducks. It'd be like shooting fish in a barrel.
Yep.
They're going to try to play under the building, try to get behind the silo and get creative.
Yeah, and that's why this high ground's so important on this map. You heard Designful earlier say, I had no idea that certain areas of this map
That's it.
were not out of bounds. Thought that they were. Nice shot from Luxford right there. That's going to help. But high ground, super important. CLG will not have a Gibby bubble to work with here.
He hit him again. He's forcing the mans out of duplex. He had to pop another battery. I don't know if he has another one to work with. So Luxford getting some good, milking the economy out of Esports Arena. There's the zip line. Dimi's full. Skittle Cakes is full as well. Both Pathfinders 1 shot away from going down, and Dimi will get knocked. It's going to be CLG trying to take the high ground, trying to make it a 2v2. Luxford has to hit some solid shots with the repeater. And Nano needs to move in and get a knock with the Wingman P2020 combo. Not too confident. He backs up once again, knowing that these players are going to have to rotate from behind this building. He's trusting that Luxford can get the damage out for the knock that he needs.
Luxford has to. That's really their only opportunity here. Has to break ice with some shots. Noct has to finish them with the Wingman controller. Wingman opportunity, 2v3 situation. I love how ESA's playing this. Calm, collected, making sure they're not giving them any chance to clutch a 3v2, much like they did in round number 1. Here comes the push from Skittle Cakes to regain high ground, but around Valkyrie maintains. Nano is going to get taken out, but does a little bit of damage. Don't think it was enough, place.
Yeah, I don't think it was enough either. And Luxford knows as he's in the zone, not much of what you can do. That's going to be Esports Arena playing it tight, playing as a unit, getting that first knock and taking their numbers.
That's right. So ESA goes up 2-1. It is now match point for Esports Arena. Opportunity to become the back-to-back UMG Gaming Arena champions. Last time it was with Verholst. This time with Noct. As we see the replay here, the round that secured match point for them. Can ESA close this out?
And so, John, I have to be honest. I don't know if Valkyrie was it.
Let's explore this.
I haven't seen much use out of it. Valkyrie doesn't have the speed to get that high ground. Yes, you got that mobility in the late game, but we're not even seeing a lot of usage out the Rockets as well. Lux is going to have to get creative and get the most out of that legend. If not, hey, they're going to be taking an L in map number 5. We're seeing some early Rockets in a play towards the lava.
Yeah. And I'm right there with you. Yeah, Designful actually called it for Horizon as a prediction. I actually like that pick over Valkyrie. But nonetheless, that Valkyrie pick has allowed them to get high ground, and that's been super important. Obviously, that's that spot Design mentioned. Wasn't sure if it was inbounds or not. And here
I can get that same high ground with Lifeline at this point. You know, he ain't been getting,
Climb your ass
he ain't been
up,
getting
you know?
a lot for with her, you know?
Yeah.
Few shots coming out from Noct. They got the entire squad of COG backed up towards the back end of this building. Some sky nades are going to come out. It's going to be Esports Arena playing it close. They want to try to end this one now, John. They're going to bubble early, try to take the roof. They know Nano's across. Some well-placed arc stars to force him off the top of the roof. Allow Skittle Cakes to move freely. Luxford is going to be Flesh, and he is knocked. Esports Arena 2 kills away from being your champions. Can they get it done? Duplex is knocked as well. It's a 2v2. Noct, he'll find another. All going to be up to Nano. Trying to connect with the Mastiff. One player's Flesh. The Wingman for 71. That's another knock, but he can't get it done. Esports Arena, they are your grand champions.
Massive congratulations to the back-to-back UMG Apex Arena champions, ESA. Esports Arena does it again, this time with knocked over CLG, who fought hard and forced a game number 5. But in the end, this Esports Arena squad is too good, too strong, Blaze. They close it out 3-1 in game number 5.
He almost clutched up too.
He did.
That way. He almost clutched up, one shot away, but great effort.
Great effort indeed, man, but gosh, ESA, and it's got to feel good for Noct. You know, he was in this very spot in Grand Finals, last event with Torrent, ended up getting 2nd place. Now, with ESA, he gets 1st place with the guys that beat him last week, or at least, excuse me, last month. Well done. Cinderella story is completed. But I mean, CLG, what a performance, guys. The fact that they made it here was incredible. I know they end up losing, but Luxford, you know, we didn't really know his name too much coming into the event, but now we do. Beautiful flex player, but I gotta say, I agree with you, Fallout, or Blaze, or whoever ended up saying it, man, that the Valve play just wasn't the play in my mind.
Yeah, that was a big part of it, big component nonetheless. Esports Arena is just so good on this map. This is their home. This is where they're used to, southeast side of the map. Too strong, and you know, who knows? If it's Horizon, maybe things go different, but ESA is just so strong. I don't think that's necessarily what CLG did wrong, but what ESA did well. But on that note, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna plant a little seed. TSM, Cloud9, Sentinels, NRG, I know doesn't really love Arenas tournaments, but nonetheless, where you at? It would be absolutely amazing to see ESA against the likes of them in our next UMG Apex Arenas tournament. I saw Hal in chat saying he wasn't aware, didn't kind of know they had an invite and would love to take part. I can't wait to see Verholst and Hal on one team.
Yeah.
Freaking disgusting.
Bring everybody in here, man. Let's have a party. Blaze, I know you can agree. Which, Blaze, I gotta ask you a question, man, because this is something that I noticed with ESA versus Johnsonville. They went to a Map 5 in semifinals. As competitive as it was, I gotta say, Johnsonville, CLG kind of ran into the same issue. A lot of wingmans, 30-30. That's great for the beginning game, but when it comes to Dome, it's scrappy. And that's where Volts, that's where your flatlines are truly going to bring out the best in those late engagements. And we kind of ran into the same problem with CLG. Wingmans, 30-30s against the Volt, against the flatline. And that gave so much firepower to the side of ESA.
Yeah, they definitely didn't learn anything from Johnsonville matchup going up against ESA, because I felt like they had a handicap with the weapons in which they chose and coming out with the Valkyrie. It's just that comp didn't work out for them. And in order for it to work, you just got to hit your shots, connect with the repeater, connect with the wingman. If you're not doing damage, you're just going to feel the pressure as the round continues, knowing your opponent has that bubble, also knowing that you ain't had a lot of success late game.
Yeah, that's true. And look, we can dissect that, analyze that till we're blue in the face. But at the end of the day, you know, kudos, ESA that good. And it's hard to kind of award an MVP because all 3 of them played so well. Skittle Cakes and Duplex, the duo, so incredibly strong, proving that they're one of the best duos. Honestly, up there, I would say at this point, if they can keep performing this consistently, up there with the likes of, you know, Hal and Reps and others, if they can stay on top for yet another year. But Noct is the perfect addition for this team. I mean, he is my personal MVP. His thermal station performance, unbelievable. That 1v2 clutch was insane. They performed incredibly well. But my hat goes off. CLG plus Moners, this kind of duo, this combo that formed together for this tournament, put up a fight against ESA, a top dog and top team. And I got to say, it was really fun to watch. CLG performed all tournament long, so kudos to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's actually take a look at our bracket and really talk about the path CLG and ESA had to take. We started off with CLG versus Torrent. No problems there. Even though Torrent played so incredibly well yesterday, today CLG had no issues. And the most impressive victory as well from them in semifinals, beating Arena Demons 3-0 in the fashion they did. That map 1 from Arena Demons, I think, truly crushed them. And map 2 and 3 just wasn't theirs. And then, of course, that put CLG in Grand Finals. Esports Arena against Pittsburgh Knights to start off, had no issues there, but did run into some troubles against Johnsonville. A great matchup that you boys had a chance to cast. Went to map 5. Dome was that map 5, and it was even more competitive than 4-2 is where it ended up ending. ESA moves forward to ultimately beat CLG in game number 5.
Just look at this bracket here, brother. There's something about the Fallout and Blaze magic. You know, game 5 just magically appear. Insane freaking matches. I'm just saying.
You guys are the X Factors. Let's be real.
I think it was the Johnsonville rhetoric and banter yesterday that was like the sprinkle of magic that helped today. That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
Yeah, we definitely got some magic. We definitely got some magic from the Johnsons.
Hey,
yeah,
okay.
Some magical Johnsons.
Hey, let's see who ended up winning the entire thing. All the money, there it is. Esports Arena first place, $5,000. They take half of the $10,000 prize pool. But CLG not going empty-handed, $3,000 for their good efforts, alongside Johnsonville and Arena Demons 3rd and 4th, getting $1,000 each. Not a bad way to spend there Saturday and Sunday. Arenas has proven to be time in and time out Fallout. So incredibly competitive and so fun. We get a magnifying glass placed on each and every player and each and every team. And we also get to see players, kind of swap back and forth, like Pittsburgh Knights, right? You had 2 Premier members, 1 PK member. But that's the beauty of these tournaments is you get to see a new look from everybody.
Yeah, that's a great point. And it's been fun to see a mixed match of rosters with a lot of new rising stars and names. I want to say kudos to Luxford. He's kind of,
yes.
I always make, that's just like the magical made up Fallout awards that I like to give out and distribute. But the rising star of this tournament, hands down, Luxford was fun to watch, put himself on display, made it to the finals with this pickup team, CLG and Moner's combo, and Luxford played out of his mind, proved that he really is a great controller player. I think he's next, man. I really do think he's going to be on the come up like we've seen a lot of other controller players or like State Naughties of the world, the Verhulsts of the world. I hope Luxford continues to grind is what I'll say.
I hope he does, man. Blaze Luxford was incredible. Key takeaway, I guess, from you. Who was the best player in your mind throughout the week? Or at least not even the best player, not even MVP, but just someone that stood out to you.
Ooh, a player that stood out to me. Dimi's performance most of the tournament stood out to me. Everyone that they played, I feel like they stomped on, and he was the X factor with that and his Pathfinder gameplay. Outside of that, I enjoy watching Slurpee. I enjoy watching Designful play. And, it was somebody else at the top of my head that I can't think. But overall, all our players, they really showed up.
Absolutely. I think everybody showed up as they typically do for these arenas. I think this was the most competitive tournament we've had in a couple of moments, but those game 5s, they hit different, especially those round 9s too. They hit different. And Fallout Blaze, maybe you two are, I don't know, the X factor, Hey, I know you guys like to tip your hat always, Fallout.
Can we agree that Aiden had the play of the tournament, by the way?
The play of the tournament?
The 1v3 win.
Oh, my Lord,
Encore,
yes.
Play of the tournament. All right. Just want to throw that out there. Chat and agree.
The 1v2 we saw so many clutches. Knocked at the 1v2, the design 1v1 strafe clutch, the 1v3 from Aiden. Yeah, it was a fun tournament for sure.
Absolutely. Well, all good things must come to an end. So before we do get out of here, I would like to have the casters say their final words. Blaze, we'll start with you, and then Fallout, you could follow up.
Well, I just want to say thank you to UMG Gaming and Apex and EA for putting on this event. Love to be here. And most importantly, shout out to the Apex community. You guys are amazing. Showed us all a lot of love. On set, Gaskin, the best of the best. Love working with them. And of course, being here with you and John, 2 of my duos, tab side by side. So love being on the screen with y'all. And nothing but love, man, from me.
You hit the nail on the head, Blaze. Yeah, big shout out to the entire Apex community that came through to support. The fact that pros in Apex don't have egos like they do in other games. Like they come and they hang out and chat and interact like many other. It's always been the case since the very beginning in our LAN tournaments in Poland and the like. That's what makes this game so different. That's why we've grown so much, because it's such a collaborative effort. So let's just keep that going. Let's support tournament organizers like these, like UMG, that dump their time, resources, money, time, effort into great productions, great tournaments. And I just hope we continue to see more of the same. Big shout and thank you to UMG for hosting this, for having us. And the next Arenas tournament, let's turn up. Let's keep building.
Let's turn up. Let's do it.
And I'm just saying, Arenas, we got control now. I think there's more game modes coming. Maybe a future CTF. I'd love to see the kind of arena-based game modes continue to develop in Apex as well. It's really awesome to see.
Well, we love to have fun at UMG and experiment, so who knows what the future holds, all right? Hey, Fallout Blaze, I got a love for both of you. You guys killed it, you really did. And chat, thank you so much for being here. Whether you're a pro, average viewer, first-time viewer, it doesn't matter. You all played an impact in this tournament as well, so give yourself a pat on the back. And also hit that follow button if you haven't already, because we love to do a ton of shows and different games here on the UMG Gaming channel. But hey, for this tournament, it has in fact come to an end. But I gotta say, it was a fantastic one, and I hope you all enjoyed it. For myself, Taylor Reflections Noble, Fallout, Blaze, Onset, Gaskin, our production team, and you in chat, thank you so much for being here for our UMG Champions Apex Legends Arena $10,000 Invitational. We would love to have you again on our next broadcast.